Sorry, guys. I didn't know I was on mute. Welcome, guys, once again to another Love&Marriage Huntsville review. So today we're going to be talking about the episode 2, and everybody's here. Shopality is here. Lily for your girl is here. Richard Uzo is here. Um, But before we go ahead, if you're not subscribed to our channels, remember to click on the subscription button down below to Shoprite TV's YouTube channel, on Filtered Uzo's YouTube channel. Like on our videos, comment your thoughts and opinions about what we said in our videos on the comment section. So let's go ahead and talk about this episode. What did you feel about this episode too?
Oh my God, so much going on. A few things I'm gonna address, but we'll get into it, But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I like how it feels real this time around since they're talking about things that are happening in real time. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm literally enjoying this season. Like we know that all these things, we speculated these things happening. So seeing it play out really, like now knowing exactly how it played out, like I am really, really enjoying this season, and I hope it continues like this. I really just hope it continues like this. Okay, let's go ahead and first talk about the episode. We started off the episode with the Melodies event where we actually so Sunni and Moses came on the stage to give their own side of the story of how their relationship is and how their relationship started. I don't know if anybody noticed that in the process of them talking and explaining themselves, they were kind of shedding destiny. Am I the only one that noticed it?
That Carlos did what?
That no, that Moses and Sonny were shading destiny, like they were throwing shades at destiny. Especially when Carlos was like, you showed up for her during this event, but you could not show up for Destiny during the reunion. You remember that reunion that when she was asked why is Moses not here? I think the last season she was on before now. She
Right.
was asked why was Moses not on the reunion, and she was like, he's kind of busy, and so like Sonny kind of threw a shade like he shows up for those that are important to him. I'm like, ooh, wow.
Yes. Oh, I caught all the shade she was throwing. Was it really
Oh,
necessary? I mean, you're the one who feels like you got the prize, right? So no need to throw
yeah.
shade. And how you got him, regardless if it was a year later, 2 years, three later, like after somebody gnawed on a bone, don't pass it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and was that the reunion where that was Destiny's last reunion, right?
Yes, Destiny's Last Reunion.
Not the one when she was at after they had finished filming and she was sitting at the bar on the phone and Miss Wanda went live and put the camera on her. She said, "Why would
Yeah.
you do that?" She was on the phone with Moses, right, at that time? I guess
Yeah.
venting to him. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense, but it gives us some information now. Okay, I'm listening. Keep going.
Yeah. And um, you know why I love this is that one thing I like is that you give timelines about how your relationship started. I'm gonna give kudos to Sonny and Moses. They were able to break down the timeline of how their relationship did start. Instead of the rumors that was like being thrown out there, that I think there was one rumor that came out one time and said they were cousins, something like that. I was one thinking like, how would cousins get married? Like, but there was a rumor then going around that they were cousins and whatnot. So I was happy, and I'm happy that they were able to break down their relationship and how they met. They met at the family function. They are not cousins, guys. Um, they met at the family function. That means their families know each other. And but in general, what did you feel about this Moses and Sonny thing? And I'm just gonna say something. When they started shading Destiny, I said it, and I think I said it last week when we were reviewing it. I said, I don't like that Destiny is back because of this particular situation. It's not a good look. Because for me, every other person, I've watched different reality TV shows where people get heartbroken, get downgraded, get broken up with their spouses, their fiancés, their boyfriend, and they come back on the show to show how they have moved on, how they've graciously gone to another level or moved on in life or become something better and much more better without that ex. But Melody and Destiny is coming back on the show, not because of that, just for another, for you to talk about another man issue, and not in the most special way. This one now is married to somebody else. At the end of the day, it still ends to the fact that he is married to Sunny. It's not the arguments, the fights, the whatever things we want to call her. It's not going to stop the marriage or end the marriage between Sunny and Moses. Right. At the end of the day, he's now married to Sunny. And I felt like that was not a nice look for me, just my own perspective, that she's coming back on the show because of Moses and confronting Moses. That for me, that's then what exactly is really going on in Destiny's life? Like, what has she done in her life from the last time we have met her on the season? What is the new thing going on in her life? What ladder has she built a new business empire? Is she moving up in something like I wanted to see that. I wanted to
Right.
know where she has moved on to. Not for her to come on my TV screen and for me to see her argue with a man. Yes, what was done was wrong.
Right.
I'm not disputing that. But at the end of the day, you're coming here to argue with him. You're coming here to have a confrontation with a man that is now married to somebody else. And I'm like, it's not a good look for me. I'll keep on saying it. It's not a good look for me. I don't like that she's coming to confront this, that the topic she's having all through the season. For me, it's a good storyline. We love it. I love it. As I was watching it yesterday, I loved it. I loved the shades they were throwing on Destiny. I enjoyed it. But realistically, I'm like, I feel bad for her because that's not what we're supposed to be seeing. We're supposed to see how she moved up the ladder in her life, how she's making good on the things in her life. That's
Mm,
just all I want to say.
right. I mean, I agree, but it makes good TV. You
Yeah.
know, I, I think Destiny is cool. Sometimes, I don't agree on some of the things how she be moving, which is cool because hey, me and her aren't friends. You know what I'm saying? She just a
Yeah.
TV personality that I'm watching every week. You know, um,
Yeah.
did I miss her? No, not really. But now that she's back, well, yeah, this is great TV. But I do agree that, hopefully they'll get into, what she's been doing other than booking engagements and this and that and the other. I want to know where her growth is as a woman from going through all these turmoils and stuff with these men, and when is she going to stop and find out who she is first before she try and add a man into it.
That's a good
Um,
point. Yeah, I
that's a good
agree.
point.
But I'm sorry, is that me echoing? Oh,
Mhm.
that's a good point as far as her. But she's only been on one episode, so we really don't know what her other storyline is. But
Right.
as you did just say, "Living for My Girls," it does make for excellent TV because we will say stuff like, "Oh, why won't they show them doing business? Like, do we really want to see that? Do we?" And when they do business, people complain that it's boring. They don't want to see
Right.
that. When
Right.
they are like when Marcel and Maurice were talking in the car about the roof or whatever they were talking about. Are people really interested in seeing that? No, they wanted to see what
No.
happened when they got into it with Martell at the house.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so it seems as though this was a great storyline, and why not strike while the iron is hot? This was a hot story, and it
Yeah.
was a great way to get her back on the show. What happens after this for her to be able to maintain people having, being wanting to hear more of her story? I guess we'll have to wait and see, because she really didn't offer much in previous seasons,
Mhm.
unless she was getting into it with people, unfortunately, because she
Right.
wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, her life was too private for public television.
Right. Yes. Yes.
I didn't
But
get
I
that, but okay.
but I wanted to ask like two questions concerning Moses and Destiny and Sunny. The first question I wanted to ask: does Sunny really owe Destiny loyalty when it came to Moses, listening to the storyline or the breakdown of their how their relationship started? Do you think Sunny did owe? I'm not talking about Moses. Moses is a different case. Moses is a man. He needed to be the one to talk about it because he was saying that if, as at that moment they were shooting the show, he had not even broken up with Destiny, right? They didn't do an official breakup. He just
Mhm.
expected her to understand what was going on and move on with her life. That part I don't like. If you if you find somebody else, let me know. Don't let me be thinking that there's something still going on between us. And now the first question, like I said, is did Sonny owe Destiny loyalty when it came to Moses? And what did you guys see about the fact that Moses was calling Destiny unstable? I don't know whether you guys caught it
Yeah.
when he was like, she's unstable, she was always traveling around, she was not, staying in one place. She was indirectly was saying she was a confused human being that didn't know what she was going to do with her life. So how did you guys feel about Moses directly saying that about Destiny and Destiny being called out like that? And do you feel that Sonny did owe Destiny loyalty?
Hmm. Now that's a tricky question. You know, if they were just casually dating or if they were exclusive, that we don't really know. Now I'm going on a casual date side. Let's just say they were casually
Mhm.
dating. Casually dating, nah, I don't feel like don't nobody owe you no loyalty, because it's casual. That means we see each other when we see each other. When we don't, we don't. We're not tripping about who you with, where you been, when you coming back.
Mhm.
That's casual to me. You do you, I do me. Okay. Now, if we're exclusive, yeah, I want to know, like, when did you stop loving me? What happened? What do you feel that happened? What wasn't I giving you? You know, and then we could talk about the reason why I was moving the way I was moving, maybe because you wasn't paying enough attention, or I kept seeing you look at other girls every time we went out, or you know what I'm saying. Uh, I would want to know the reasons why, because I feel like, yeah, you owe me some loyalty, because if I'm dating you exclusively, that means I'm cutting everybody else off for the sake of me and you trying to build.
Mm.
And as far as Sunny, hey, Sunny said they weren't friends. Destiny feels like they were friends or they were close, you know. But, me personally, I'm not going to talk about somebody I'm dating or I like, or, uh, and I know she had to do it for the show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But she was probably telling her the ins and outs and this and that. And, ain't no telling what their discussions were like. You know,
Yeah.
me personally, I don't let too many women get close to me like that. We can be friends and stuff, but my intimate part of me, you'll never know. Now if I was
Mm.
on the show, yeah, I would I give it all to you. You know why? Because I'm that confident in my shit that I know if you try to steal what's mine, if it goes with you, it was meant for you. Thank you for rescuing me. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna look at it. But we'll see how she deals with it.
What about you, Shopee? Shike?
Yeah, I'm here. Just the word loyalty. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use. I know that's what Sonny did say, loyal to you, you know, when they weren't really friends. However, it's not a good look, and it just kind of makes you wonder, was she eyeing him the whole time? I think that's what I would think. Because I'm
Okay.
sure, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I can imagine that they did have some conversations, her being a producer, trying to pull things out of her,
Mhm.
where she did tell her things about what she was going through, what she was dealing with. Oh, this guy, you know, he's helping me, he's supportive. I could talk to him. Because after that reunion, I believe that was him on the phone that she appeared to be venting to. So if he was like a confidant and she knew this, and this is a guy she's been dating and she's known him for years, it just doesn't look good. It would make me wonder, have you been eyeing him this whole time? I just don't like it. It
Mhm.
makes me, I feel bad for her because it's just too close for comfort. And then, like you were saying, the things that they were saying about her, you know, that he needed someone who was stable. I'm not sure if that was his exact words, but he needed someone who, I guess, knew was she was coming out of a bad situation, coming out of a divorce. He said that she was chasing her career. She was going to award shows. So he needed somebody, and this is what he needed. And it just kind of makes you wonder, you know, how you hear that old adage of your grandmother or mother telling you, you know, don't talk to your friends about how great your man is, because you know
Right.
Yeah.
she seemed to, right, she seemed to know what he wanted, right, and what he needed.
Mhm.
And,
And she
And
and I
gave
became,
him
guess
what he needed.
delivered it on a platter.
yeah, yeah, and she became exactly that.
Exactly
She
what he
studied,
wanted and needed because
yeah,
she studied.
she
Exactly.
studied them. Come on, look. If I
Yeah.
was if I was a single woman, and I see that somebody really they're dating casually or whatever they're doing, you know, and but it's not me because I would never, personally, I would never for somebody. If I see you with somebody and y'all done broke up, I don't want homeboy coming my way. You know what I'm saying? You can say hello to me and how you doing, just the casual stuff. But as far as you call yourself trying to like me, no, thank you. I don't want any, you know. But me personally, if I was in that situation, you know, and I was thirsty for a man, and I see somebody has this amazing man that I think that is amazing, and they act like they don't really want him, you know, I might want him. If that was my personality traits, but that's not my personality traits. I'm too strong for that. I don't want nothing nobody else want. I want something different.
Well, what if Destiny was saying that she was her friends, they were too close for this. What if I've always said something, somebody in their mind might be thinking that they are your friend, but you are not their friend. Like you're just like, I'm not really your friend. What if it was that situation where Destiny was thinking that because of the she felt like she was more open to her than every other person, they became friends, but Sonny's qualification for being a friend didn't Destiny didn't really match it, but in Destiny's mind, she was friends with Sonny.
Destiny was Sonny's project. Sonny was at work. You know what I'm saying? So it was her
Mm-hmm.
job to find out the ins and outs of Destiny. You know what she was accustomed to, what she likes, where she going, how she's feeling. Who she with. You
And
know,
no, Destiny was saying they were too close for this, like as if they were, friends, like
yeah, I
friends.
yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, from Sonny's point of view, from what I'm understanding, what Sonny is saying, hey, she was a job.
Yeah.
I was around her because, hey, that's part of the job. I'm trying to figure out how we can bring her back in, if we could bring her back in, what she got going. She studied her. And not only did she study her, she studied who she was dating,
Wow.
and it became attractive to her. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, if Destiny's done with you, I'll take you. You know, to
Eh,
me that look, it's to me it's a million brothers out here, okay, for
mm,
women to be loving up on the same guy, you
guy.
know. So I blame Destiny for being too trusting. You know, I blame Sunny for being sneaky and conniving
Mm,
and
yeah.
backstabbing. You know, if it was a business relationship, then maybe you should have said that from the beginning. Hey, girl,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
hang around
yeah.
you because this is business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but don't make it seem like it's personal when it's actually
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like she kind of played Destiny a little bit. You know, but Destiny put herself in position to be
Put
played.
herself, yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Destiny put herself in that position. I'm not saying she was wrong, but sometimes you put yourself in situations that comes back to bite you in the ass. So I felt like she put herself in that position, and unfortunately, it turned out really bad for her. But let's move it away a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the fact that Letitia, Kimmy decided to meet up with since we're still in Sunny talk, Kimmy decided to meet up with Sunny and invited Letitia, and they met up. The amount of times I didn't understand why Tisha was calling her names. Like, how many times did she call her trifling? I'm like, excuse me. She has grace. Sunny has grace because I'm not gonna sit down there and you call me that not once, but twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand. For me, you see that scene between Sunny, um, Letitia and Kimmy. Do you know what it was giving to me? It was
Wow.
giving me double standards. It
Okay.
was giving me double standards. And two, I was confused because if I can remember correctly, I don't know. I wish I had taken a screenshot then. But shop reality, I don't know whether it's this thing. I remember the time that Sonny posted about their wedding. Didn't Destiny and I don't know for I'm not sure for Destiny, but I think she did comment congratulations. Destiny and Letitia commented congratulations on the post.
Oh wow.
You know what? I didn't
Shop
follow
reality,
that
do you
story.
remember?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
follow
okay.
that story, but I believe I do remember hearing someone say that Destiny did post congratulations, but I don't know for sure. I cannot confirm that.
Because I did follow the story because I was like very perplexed that the Moses we all knew was with somebody from the show. So I did follow the story. So I knew I saw a comment of congratulations from Destiny and also a congratulation from Letitia. So now watching them acting like you didn't just congratulate them.
Hmm.
Why would I congratulate somebody if I was pissed off? Why would I congratulate somebody if I felt like the person was trifling according to Letitia in Letitia's language? Why would I congratulate you?
To save
That
face
is why I say to save face. From who? The person that was cheated on, the person that they were
from the
with also
public,
did the same congratulation
from the public, so that you
from the
don't look like you are salty.
from the public. Okay, the congratulate. Are you talking about the congratulation? Sheba, are you talking about them congratulating Sonny and they're trying to save face from the public?
Yeah, if she did do that, but Star Child just put in the comments that yes, they did. So I guess she's talking about Tisha and Destiny
Just
congratulating
because I remember I
Star
saw
Child
their
just
comment
answering.
section like, well, okay, let's say they are saving face. Why do you want to save face? Like, who does your saving face help? Like, be real. If you feel hot, be hot. Everybody was on Destiny's side. Nobody felt nice. As much as people didn't like Destiny, but I know that a lot of people came and said that that was wrong of Sonny to do. a lot of people, I that time I think a lot of people did videos on it talking about it. Nobody was saying yes, you did right. Sonny did right. So what is the saving face that you were saving by congratulating her on the comment section when you know that you were literally hurt by the situation? That is why me I felt like, yeah, what is going on here is just double standards.
It's from public
Just
backlash and public shame. You don't want the public to think that you're salty. If it's all over the blogs that this happened to you, of course you're going to pretend as though it's okay and just say congratulations. You know, it's a,
then why don't you continue?
so you know, say that again.
Why why don't you continue your pretense?
Because now it's a storyline, like Star Child just posted. It's a storyline. You know, they want drama on the show. Otherwise, people are not going to watch it. People didn't want to see the same old same. People said that. We don't want to see the same story.
Yeah.
Now you bring in these characters and this mess storyline. Destiny probably doesn't
I
care. At this point, she may
I
have gotten over it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was trying to say that yes, I do love the storyline. I love that there's been a change on the show. Um ah, well, I just it's just because I feel a certain way for her. Like I kind of I see myself like, okay, I feel bad for her. I don't like feeling bad for her because she'll be moving in ways that you'll be like, Destiny, you'll be doing some kind of actions that does not make sense.
But she's
Yeah,
a human, and it's okay to feel sorry for her because you have to remember this is a TV show. What happened to her happened in real life. So I understand these are characters on the show, and maybe you don't like the characters, but your human side feels bad for her, and that's okay.
right. I mean, hell, I probably would have said congratulations to, and then I would have said thank you, God, because I think I might have ducked a bullet. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Said congratulations to where you guys registered at so I could send you a gift. Shit. But Letitia, okay, I can understand why she kept calling her trifling because you got to understand where Letitia has come from, what she's been through with her marriage, you know, uh, being uncertain. Does he love me? Does he not love me? Is he cheating? Is he not cheating? Rumors are flying around. Which one do I grab on? Which one do I listen to? She got a lot going on within her own marriage. You know what I'm saying? And she chooses not to listen. You know what I'm saying? That's her choice, you know. But I understand why she was like, damn, was you looking at our husbands too? Like,
Oh, did you?
and
But
then
did you
Kimmy's like,
catch the
hide your
shade?
husband.
Did you catch the
Is
shade
your
Sonny
husband, hide
Sonny
your
threw at
child.
her? I kind of like Sonny. She has the strength to give it back to you as she giving her.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love her character. I'm not gonna lie, I love Sonny's character. She knows how to stand her ground.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how not to be intimidated by you. Even if she knows that she's wrong, she knows how not to be intimidated by you. I loved the way she stood up for herself during that conversation between Letitia and Kimmy. Like, I'm loving her.
Yeah, but look how they came at her. I mean, they came at her like, so what's up? We didn't hear about this. We had to hear about it on social media and whoop, whoop, whoop. And what you did. Oh, so you thought about it for a minute. So you must have felt, and this is Kimmy talking, you must have felt that something deep down inside your tummy was wrong.
Sounds wrong. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's excuse me, Kimmy.
Well, because those two women have been through it with those men. You know what I'm saying? And they just trying to
Mm,
figure out, like, who are you really? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. You know? So I mean, I don't understand the questioning because I don't know how close they are in real life. You know, I mean, they all have a working relationship, but I don't know how
yeah.
close they are within that working relationship. Where they
Letitia said but Kimmy, Latisha said she had not seen Kimmy for the life. I think since the reunion. I was surprised. I don't know whether you grabbed that. They have not seen each other for a long while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they were close enough where they felt like, hey, we're gonna make this, uh, and hopefully it won't hit the cutting floor. Let us go to a little luncheon, and I'm gonna just have her magically show up. Because you see, it took Letitia off guard. Like, hey, she didn't even tell me she was coming. You know, and so, like I said, Letitia, she's been going through her stuff. So she's like, well, wait a minute, have you been looking at my dude? Was you trying to check him out? Like, these are
Yeah.
our husbands, our mates, our soulmates, people that we're giving our life to, and bam, here you come. It's like you just done stole somebody, but you can't steal nobody who don't want to be stolen.
Wow. Star Child said Star Child said Sunny knows the real on both of them. They should be
Hmm.
careful how they handle Sunny.
That's a good point. Because she holds all the secrets.
Yeah, she
And
got
if you
all the
catch
secrets.
if you catch her Instagram lives, I don't know whether you've been catching up on Instagram live.
No, I haven't.
She have you been catching up on her Instagram lives? Stop writing.
Yes, I have.
She's not backing down. Like she's like, you know what? That's why I say I like her. I don't know. I like her. She's a villain of this season, but I do like her. I
Well,
do like her.
at this point, she got to stand on her business. You know what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
the one who's married. She's the one wearing the ring. She's the one laying in the bed next to this man every night. You know what I'm saying? She's the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. Period. You know
And
what I'm
she knows,
saying?
and I'm sure she knows how to give good TV. And you know how Destiny has this
Yeah.
big D energy? I think she's got more of it. Like,
Hmm.
Very
I can't wait to see.
more.
Yeah, yes, right. Like Destiny, like, are you gonna be able to handle this lady? Wow.
I even feel bad for Destiny. I'm waiting for the one part I'm waiting for is for their confrontation, like the both of them. I want to see how that exchange is because I know Sonny's not going to back down. Like I've seen her energy. She ain't because you know why I knew that that lady is not backing down. That crowd was not um they were not cheerful towards her
No, they weren't.
Right.
at Melody's event. They weren't cheerful at all. But these ladies stood on her ground. Like she was like, you know what? I'm gonna say what I have to say. I don't care what anybody has to feel about it. I'm gonna speak my truth. Believe it or not, I don't care. And she said everything. She shaded Destiny in between. Like I was like, this lady, she's good TV. She is. I understand why they brought her on. She is.
Yeah, I mean, for her to even give the backhanded, and ain't even a comment, just a backhand comments, you know, it goes to show that she really didn't care for Destiny too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see no remorse. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick my chest out. Yeah, I, he knows who to be with. He knows who to support. I'm the wife. You
Right.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you
So
guys saw her interview with Dustin on Carlos King's channel, but there was no engagement. I think it was like 6 months and they got married. There was no engagement. They just went
yeah,
and got married.
yeah.
So
She
in other
said
words,
they
he
went
knew what he wanted.
exactly,
Mm-hmm. And she
exactly,
knew what she wanted. And she
exactly.
knew what he wanted.
Yeah,
Right. She knew what he wanted. Like Living for My
you
Girl
know.
said, she studied.
Go ahead.
No, I said just
Oh
like
my
you said,
God.
she studied the situation. She knew what he wanted.
Yeah, and then I was thinking when they was like, yeah, you know, it took him 6 months for him to get my number, and I'm like, well, how did he get it? Like, was he in your DMs? Did he
She's
Mm-hmm.
how
contact
did she?
you know
I
like
think she
how
saw him at a family function or something. She saw him at
Yeah,
a family function,
she
and they
met.
wanted to talk real
Yeah,
estate. Huh?
no,
Go ahead.
I was agreeing to what you said.
Oh yeah, and that he wanted to talk about real estate. So I think that's how she gave him the number, and then he wanted to meet up, and they met up. And she said she was dressed very casually, didn't have on makeup, nothing. And then that's when he told her that he, I guess, in not so many words, that he was interested in her. And she
Like,
was like, no,
yeah.
she wasn't interested. But yeah,
But
right.
the question is, I feel like if I was Destiny, the thing I'll be asking myself is that it took her 6 months to get this guy, and I've known this guy for 15 years. We've been, according to Destiny, we've been friends 15 years, and I couldn't get him to get married to me. And 6 months,
Hmm,
6 months.
hmm,
but isn't that how they usually do? I mean, you notice like you hear about relationships a lot where the person's with the person for years, they break up, and then 6 months later they're married to somebody else. That happens all the time,
yeah, because you
like
know
in real
why?
life.
A man knows what he knows. He knows who he's gonna date. He knows who he's gonna play with, who's gonna be the plaything. He
Right.
knows who he's gonna marry.
Yeah.
You know, a
And
man
she was not
knows.
it.
You know, we all want to be
Hey,
that
you
chosen
guys.
one, especially when we're infatuated with a guy or we like him, we love him. We all want to be that chosen one. You know, but that man already knows. You know, I don't know how they know, but they know.
Yeah. I think he just knew what he wanted. It's just that the situation is unfortunate. The situation is an unfortunate one, but at the end of the day, he's married to her. And I love that they are standing on business. They are not shying away from it. They're not hiding. They are not you know, acting as if they are standing on the fact that they are married. There's nothing anybody can do. The only thing you can do is you can talk. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we are married.
Yeah.
I love that. But let's go ahead and talk about Maurice and Martell. We saw Maurice and Martell talking about the business. I felt bad that they didn't really expatiate on the business that Martell was talking about. Sorry. Um. Oh, okay. And let's first go ahead to talk about. Let's first talk about KeKe. Before we talk about Maurice and Marcel, the way, oh my God, I felt some kind of way, and I felt like KeKe was lying through her teeth. KeKe was lying through her teeth. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. KeKe was lying. The way she was, when Stormi was talking to her, I felt like there was a little bit of dishonesty there. You're like, oh, I felt some of. There's nobody that's not saying when you feel hurt, talk to your mom. Yes, you feel hurt, you want to tell you want to you want to calm yourself down. You can talk to your mom, but for your mom to go to the bloggers and start running and running and running over and over and over and again, that wasn't a good look. And you did not do anything. You didn't stop it. You didn't come out to talk about it. You didn't even. It is so bad. I love what Melody said, that you were obsessed with me and I didn't know. And people tend to do that. You are
Right.
obsessed with me. How do you expect me to know you're obsessed with me? Am I a mind reader?
Right.
And am I a mind reader?
And instead of you
I
telling
didn't.
me, you go and tell other
I,
people who
I- so how are you obsessed with me and you're telling every other person, then me that you're obsessed with doesn't even know you're obsessed with me? How am I supposed to do that? And you feel like you should deserve like a little bit of sympathy from me. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised that Stormy did say she didn't really trust her. I was really surprised because I know Stormy was one ride or die for Kimmy. for KeKe. So I was really, really surprised that Stormi was saying she had doubts on her. And when she met up with Melody, but let's first talk about Stormi and KeKe. How did you feel about Stormi and Stacey's discussion? Because for me, what KeKe was saying was giving me dishonesty.
Uh, you know, KeKe, I, I don't know. She should have kept it to between her and her husband. Because bedroom talk don't go no further than bedroom talk. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least it's not supposed to. But that person she could trust. Now, mother, you tell your mama something. I'm a mama. I'm gonna get in my feelings. I'm gonna address it, especially if I see you can't handle it. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna
So,
go to bloggers and tell you the bloggers about it?
well, I'm probably gonna tell what I feel, and
Are
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
probably
tell the bloggers?
you
Are
probably
you gonna
right,
tell the
depending
bloggers?
on what we talking about. You know,
Oh
if it's something
wow.
that I'm passionate about, like one of my kids, and excuse me, I feel like you have hurt one of my kids or shamed one of my kids, and my kid wasn't dealing with it right. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna need a platform too.
Oh my goodness. And
You
ruin her
know,
career?
excuse me, hold on.
I was just thinking, because look at the trouble it has gotten her in. Now I don't think it was just the mother too, but it was her incessant need for going live and doing all of these interviews. She just made it worse. It's like, why was
I
she
agree.
Yeah.
constantly doing interviews? Like, who are you? You're just doing interviews. You look up, she's in another interview and another interview and another. Like, you just got on this
Like
show.
every single day.
Well, see,
I
I don't know
agree.
Right.
really what her mom
Well,
said. I just know
hey,
that she was on social media, you know, saying whatever she
Hey.
said. Hey, Ladonna.
Well, her mama, I heard everything her mama said. First of all,
Okay.
I'm a mama bear too, but I got coof. I know when to do it, how to do it, and her mother was wrong because that's like being a FBI agent and you ain't supposed to tell nobody you're a FBI agent, right? But you
Right.
tell your husband and your mother, and one of your coworkers did something to you and been poking at you, and you go and complain to your mother, and your mother go on YouTube for the world to hear and could ruin your career. KeKe signed up to tell her life on
Right.
the show.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't sign up to leak scenes before they came out. Yes, her mother did say some things, but KeKe also is recordings of her doing some stuff with her own voice. So she can't fully blame her mother. And for a mother to take that little incident, because if you really weigh it out, it wasn't really that big of a deal.
Okay.
KeKe's behavior was more of a big deal on the way she was handling things.
Right.
It wasn't if Mel offended her. Even if Mel offended her, it was still a small offense. It wasn't like Mel was involved in anything that KeKe had going on. KeKe
Mm-hmm.
had arguments with her cousin over this one or that one. She
Mm-hmm.
was mad that Mel didn't stand up for her the way she wanted her to. That's her personal opinion. It
Right.
doesn't make Mel wrong because in that same show, I mean, on that same vacation, my hotel was jumping all up in Mel's face, yelling and screaming in women's faces, and nobody stood up for Mel. KeKe, you didn't stood up for Mel.
Right.
You didn't say, "Oh, wait a minute, have Mel's back." You sat there quiet and
Mm-hmm.
watched it go on, and then when your turn came up, you wanted somebody to play Captain Save a Hole for you, though. See, that's the thing I got a problem with on this show. Everybody wants you to stand up for them, but then y'all pick and choose or have selective choosing when you want to stick up for somebody. No,
Right.
KeKe put her own foot in her mouth because she was chasing fame so bad. that she thought she was playing checkers. She asked her mother to be her spokesperson, but what she did wrong was give her mother too much ammunition before the time was for it to be dropped because she don't know how to play the game. And she got chewed up.
Mm,
I was trying to
okay.
give her a chance, but I can't give a person a chance that's so unhinged like that that just can't control her emotions in her mind to be able
Mhm,
to smile in a person's face and still be able to be making a move in the process. Uh-uh.
mm.
So
Well,
KeKe, she made herself look bad. She really did.
okay, I feel you on that, but me, like I said, being a mama, and see, I've dealt with jealous grown women at the job sites with my daughters, and they'll tell me this, that, and the other. A few times I rolled up there because I was like, yes, somebody's going to jail today. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't play because I know what kind of kids I got. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Hmm.
take for instance, one of my daughters, she was a supervisor. She was young, black, very intelligent, you know, and they kept pushing her position up, 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 up the ladder, right? And she had all these jealous women. She's like, Mom, they're in their 40s and 50s, and they don't like me. And you know, I started when they started, but they just seen something in me, and they was like, hey, here's your office, your desk, here's your title, here's your pay raise, we're bosses, and they didn't like her, you know. So I just gave her the advice of, hey, look, do your job, eat lunch by yourself. You've eaten by yourself before, you know, and I gave her that motherly advice. But then it was a few little jobs that, yeah, I had to like straight roll up there and show up in the office like, hey, what's new, what's good,
Hmm.
and make my presence known to let them know that, yeah, she got backup, you know.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
yeah,
But
so
Mel didn't do nothing to her. It was her opinion that she felt like Mel should have spoke up when her and her cousin was arguing.
okay,
And
well,
that's,
see, I didn't understand the content of
yeah, she
what
didn't
her
do
mom
anything to
had
her.
said. you know I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't follow that, but I was just
Yeah,
giving my point of view as a mom. I'm I don't play about mine, you know what I'm
me
saying?
neither.
And I'm here to assist and help, and if I need to be the FBI, the CIA, I'm all that. I'm all
But you heard
initiative.
what you said. You want to help and assist. You don't want to ruin and tear down your child's life and her, what she's worked
No,
hard
I'm
for
not. I'm
either.
not gonna ruin you. I'm not gonna
Right. And
ruin
that's
you.
what KeKe's mother did. She helped ruin her.
Well, yeah, according to Mel, because Mel was like, I don't have no place for you in my life in this condition, you know.
Yeah. If you can't trust people and they going behind your back with people they just barely met, don't even really know to talk about you, I
Mhm.
wouldn't want you around me neither.
Yeah, I understand because Mel, she's supporting her family. She's the sole provider of her family, so she don't have time for all that background noise.
The leaking and oh child.
But I noticed the way that uh KeKe was kind of kissing up to Mel. I mean, she was giving her the puppy dog eyes, and I know I was wrong, and yeah, because I guess if Mel said you got to go, you got to go.
I don't think that's what it is. I think nobody else wants to film with her. Mel and Stormi and Tiffany, who's no longer on the show, were the only ones that were willing to do scenes with KeKe. Mel was trying to, she went to her house, she was trying to do scenes with her. So if Mel and Stormi start doing scenes with KeKe, she's never going to get a spot because Nobody else, the Scotch don't want to deal with her. So it ain't about if Mel don't want her there. Mel was the only other connection besides Stormy.
But a lot of people were saying that they didn't like the way Melody just like cut her off like that.
Yeah, because a lot of people give people chances, and that's their preference. Some people, they loyalty is not important to them. They're willing to overlook that, and that's okay. But if Mel has so many things, or a person like Mel who has had so many things done wrong to her, it just
Right.
boils down to loyalty. And if you show me who you are, I believe you. I don't have time to keep giving you chances for you to stab me in your back, and you got a lot going on. You got this with your family, you got this with the bloggers, you got this. No, it's not that important to me. For my life, it's not conducive. You got to cut people off, even in your family. And if loyalty is not big in your life, then you'll keep somebody around that you don't trust. Mel don't trust her, and that's just, I would. For me, I'm big on trust too. I cut half my family off. If I don't trust you. You talk about me with the other one. As soon as I turn up, just stay out my life. Then why you around me?
Yeah, I did when people were talking about they didn't like how Mel cut her off. I was like, I didn't understand that because I would, if I was in that situation, I would also cut her off because I cannot. There's a lot of things happening in my life already for me to be wondering, should I be trusting you with an information? Like I want to have, if I'm sitting down with a friend and I sit down with you and I tell you something, I should be rest
Mm.
assured that
Mhm.
if I say this information doesn't leave this room, I'm rest assured 2 months time, 3 months time, I'm not hearing that information outside. I shouldn't have to be thinking again, like, is this friend going to expose me? Is this friend going to talk about me outside? I shouldn't have that just because I too will do that. If you tell me something and I know, and it's like this is a secret, till the day you decide to expose it yourself, I would never, ever say to anybody. Even between my friends, I've had amongst my friends, one of my friends to tell me, don't say it to any other person. And we're a friend group. I wouldn't even say it to the friend group because that one person has told me, don't say it. That is what friendship should be about. If something should not be told, don't tell it. So the person will be the person's mind will be assured, like, okay, fine. I know that I can trust you. If I tell you this is not leaving this room, it's not leaving anywhere. But if I start thinking about, oh, should I really trust her? Should I trust him? Should I tell him this? Should he know? That is not a good look. Then that friendship
And
should not be had.
and especially think about it too. I've been your friend for how long? You just met this blogger and he got you taped talking about me behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
You turned on me for somebody that you didn't even really know, didn't even meet in person. So why would I have you in my life? They just want to pick something in Mel to say that they don't like, even if it doesn't make sense. I agree. If I can't trust you, I don't need you around me just for the sake of saying I got a bunch of people around me. I don't need to be that popular
Mm-hmm.
True that.
or
Yeah.
liked.
True that.
Exactly. Exactly. In my life, I have only four friends, two female friends and two male friends. That's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is enough for me. I don't have to have 1 million friends. I don't have not having 1 million friends and having 1 million friends. Then one of them end up doing something bad to you. Like this life is already too dangerous enough for me to be thinking about should I be trusting my friends. So if people complain them that they don't like how Melody did drop um KeKe, I was
Mm-hmm.
even surprised she had that conversation because me, I wouldn't even have the conversation with you because you were upset. You had this thing in your head that you were upset with me. I offended you in one way. I'm not offended by the fact that KeKe felt like this, like sorry, like Melody offended her. It happens. It's possible. But
Right.
but at the end of the day, At least give me the benefit of the doubt to let me know what I did. At least let me explain my own point of view to let you know that's not how it is. That's not how it is.
Them
It
same
happened.
people, look, all you got to do is those same people saying that, say every time they got a meeting at a table, at an office, at a anything, when they all go in that mail, say one person who ever stood up and say, well, I don't agree with that, or da, 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 da. No, so why did Mel have to stand up at that bonfire for you? You her friend, but you still never stood up for her, but she owe y'all so much. She got to do it, but y'all don't got to meet her halfway. That's a one-sided thing to me, and I'm sick of it. Why aren't we having scenes when KeKe and Stormi are together? Talk about y'all. When Kimmi and um Tisha is together, talk about what's going on in your life, not what's going on in Mel's life or hotel, that you're still centering around Mel. So then when people say things, then they're all, oh, they just so Mel, Mel, Mel. No, y'all keep putting her in the center of everything that we have to keep mentioning Mel.
Right. And hey, if you call if I call you my friend, and you're going around and you're saying hi and pissed you off, and I'm not fair, or whatever the situation is, you got my number. You can't come to me and tell me what the problem is. I got to hear it second, third, fourth, and fifth handed.
Through
Yeah, I'm gonna drop
YouTube.
you like yeah, I'm gonna drop you like a hot potato. Matter of fact, I'm gonna feed you a bunch of nonsense because I want to see how far you gonna go with it. Say, I'm gonna set you up, because I need to bleed out all the bad people. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm not gonna deal with you. No, and any
What y'all
person in
feel
their right
about that
mind
Sunny? What y'all feel about Sunny and Dusty?
about Sunny. Well,
Sunny and Dusty.
yeah, well, that was her job. Like I said before,
Yep.
she studied her. That was her job. She wasn't her friend. She was a project. She was a project to see if we can get her back on. How can we get her back on? Let me dig into her life. Let me question her. Let me make mental notes. And at the same time, I see you not really digging on your dude, but your dude is kind of side eyeing me. So, I'm thirsty and he's trying to offer me a drink, but we're not friends. That was Destiny's fault for believing that a producer of the show could actually be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is business. You will not get to meet my kids. You will not get to meet my mom. Not unless we're bringing her on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you what I want to give you. The intimate part of me, I gotta know you for a while. I gotta know where your heart is. I gotta know where your head is. But hey, I'm an open book. I'm liable to say any damn thing because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not embarrassed about who I was, who I struggled to become, and who I am now. You know, so Destiny left herself wide open and then realized this was part of the job interview.
But I don't feel like, okay, no, Dusty doesn't. I mean, Stormy. I mean, Sunny probably doesn't owe you loyalty, but I feel like for Sunny to work so close with her, I just wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have want nothing back from her. I wouldn't have wanted to share with her. I just that's the type of woman I am. Even if I'm not your friend, if I worked it, it's like my therapist, right? I'm talking to my therapist, little stuff. She probably don't know everything yet, but little stuff, getting there, digging a little bit, and then I break up with my dude that I was seeing at the time. She was my therapist, and then she starts dating my therapist months down the line. No, you don't owe me loyalty, but that's still kind of inappropriate to me. And
Well, yeah.
mm-mm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. The thing
Nothing
is,
is.
I do.
I just want to say, ain't
Ye-
nothing fair in love and war. Ain't nothing fair. You know what I'm saying?
I
Some of
think
us,
Dusty was stupid to come on the show to confront it, though.
yeah,
I
but
think
some of
they
us
made
play
her look
fair, and
stupid.
some of us play fair, and some of us don't.
I
You know
get
what I'm
it.
saying? But the same
I
way
get
you
it.
get it, hopefully, won't be the same way you lose it.
And you know I ain't no Dusty fan, but like I said, I wouldn't want to hang around a girl like that.
Of course not.
That but I feel like Karma's a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't feel sorry for Dusty, but I don't care too much for Sunny neither.
yeah. Well, maybe Destiny wasn't really into him as much as he wanted her to be because, maybe she was like, "Look, we've been knowing each other since way back, and you asking for stuff I'm not willing to give right now."
I think Dusty's a bum. She's like coleslaw. I think he's seen that she can't make no money. She can't do nothing. And I think he said, you know what? I ain't going to be carrying her. She just wants a meal ticket. And I ain't got time for it. I think he didn't take her serious. I think she's another coleslaw. Oh, I can make money. I can do what Mel do. But then yet you still ain't never did nothing but still sitting on the couch.
Mm,
No, I think
Oh,
Dusty's a bum.
okay,
wow.
okay.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
go
I'm
ahead
sorry.
let's go ahead and talk about Martell, Maurice, and Marcel. And you know, they met up and they decided to talk about Martell going on Tisha K's live and talking about Melody and in his own mind exposing Melody, which he did a very poor job in doing. Um the fact that this guy literally said, I don't like people that always say, "Oh, I'm a good guy." Like, you don't have to tell me you're a good guy. I have to see it. Don't tell me with your words that you're a good guy. I need to see it by myself that you're a good guy. Not with your words. Oh yes. Um I'm a good guy. And he was like, and she went low, I went lower. Like, the way he was trying to justify himself was very laughable. And the way that Masao and Maurice was trying to justify the situation was even more laughable. They were not saying that he was wrong because he was wrong. They were feeling like he was wrong because at the end of the day, it still made him look like a bad guy. Not because they felt like what he did was wrong, because that
Right.
was what the vibe was giving me. It was not the way they were reprimanding him was not giving me the vibe of, oh, Martell, what you did was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. It was giving me the vibe of, at the end of the day, what did you gain? You shouldn't have even gone. Like, why did you bother going out if you know it was not going to be fruitful? That's what it was giving me. It wasn't giving me like, you were wrong. You and I know you were wrong. You shouldn't have done that. And I felt so offended by that the only reason why they are reprimanding him is not because they themselves felt like what he did was wrong,
Hmm.
but they
I
felt
agree.
like he shouldn't have done that because it did not favor him. So if it ended up being in his favor, if God forbid, what he did ended up being in his favor. So they wouldn't have reprimanded him. They would have felt like, yeah, did an amazing job. Because the way Masao decided to call out the millimeters again, we had the millimeters being called out in episode 1 by Destiny and Latisha. Now Masao calling out them and being like, they're women, they're people that want to spend their hard-earned money and not save up for their children, not save. And I'm like,
What?
it's none of your business.
Yeah, he
At the
was
end of
talking
the
crap,
day,
wasn't he?
it wasn't
And
it's
half of
not
them
your
are
business.
business owners.
It's none of your business if anybody decides to spend their money on what they want to spend it. You are not making the money for them. You're not earning that money for them. Just like you said, nobody should tell you what to do, how to do your family, how to do things in your life. You have no right to tell whoever's fan they are, whether being Latisha's fan or Melody's fan, you have no right to tell them um you shouldn't have they can't spend their money on anything. What it was giving me was that they were all for me. I think I did a video for it. I've not actually posted it. I'm gonna post it later on. I did say that it was giving me that the vibe of they were all jealous. It's giving me jealousy, right? Because why is your
Mm.
problem? Why I should you should decide where I spend my money as a millimeter. What is my problem? What's your problem with me where I have to spend my money? All the millimeters out there, what is your problem with them with where they want to spend their money? If they want to spend their money, allow them to spend their money. Just like you are allowed to do with what everything you do with yourself, what you want to do. You say you owe nobody an explanation. Why are you pissed off by what people that are out there watching you do with their own stuff? As much as you say people have no right to give you an opinion on your life, you yourself, you have no right to give an
Mhm.
opinion about the viewer's life. If they decide that they want to spend their hard-earned money, even go broke on buying Melody's products, it's their problem. And you see, I think I've talked about this fan base thing on a video I did. I said everybody has a fan base. We're not only talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's branch out to different reality TV shows. We
Right.
have a lot of reality TV shows. Even musicians, actors, they have
Right.
fan bases. I've seen
Right.
where people
Mhm.
literally go broke just to get Beyonce's tickets, to
Mhm.
go and watch Beyonce on stage or Taylor Swift.
Mhm.
I've literally seen people.
Uh-uh. I was on SW Sherelle's World one time, and they was talking about something about Beyonce when that girl had said something about her, and they was going off about Beyonce, and those beehives came in that damn thing, came up on that piano and was going off. She had to shut the piano down,
Wow.
and
Exactly.
that's on Sherelle's World.
Mm.
That is what a fan base will do. They would see literally stay there, love the person, fight for the person, be there for the person. If you come for their faith, they go on social media and they're why will I be a fan if I cannot stand and fight for my faith? That is what a fan base is. So why don't you go out yourself and build your fan base? I said it in the video. I said the problem with this thing is that the every other person on that cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville is doing it the wrong way. They are trying to accumulate the haters of Melody as their fan. And when something is built on hate,
Mhm.
it doesn't go far.
That's right. You said
When
the
something
perfect word. Say that again.
when when it's built on hate, it doesn't go far. They ask themselves, why do the melometers always go like to the extreme when it comes to Melody? You should have looked at it because the relationship, the love is built from a place of understanding. The love is built on a neutral ground and on like the love is there. It's not built from the hate that we have for Marcel or the
No,
hate
it ain't.
they
It ain't
have
got
for
nothing to do with
Martell
that.
or the hate they have for um Latisha no, it's built on we love Melody, and we are for Melody. So if you want to build your own fan base, look for those that love you for who you are, and don't try to get people that hate on Melody to be on your side. That is the because at the end of the day, if they feel like you do not get they don't get the result from you, from okay, my enemy of my enemy is my friend, it doesn't go far. Because at the end of the day, if you guys don't derive um your end goal,
Yeah.
the relationship ends up going nowhere.
Hmm. They'll drop you
It
like a hot
ends
potato.
it ends up going nowhere. Be like, okay, I came to you because I felt like if we band together, we're going to bring down this person. At the end of the day, we're not able to bring down the person. What am I still doing with you? have to move on my life. And that's the problem. You want to get on Melody's hate train instead of making your own fan base. Because I'm pretty sure that if you build your own fan base, anything you build, anything you do, anything you bring out, people are going to buy. You see that thing that you're saying people are going to shut down their bank accounts to get what you're selling? They will do it for you too, because that is what a fan base is.
Yep.
And Melody is
Yep.
out here. Melody worked hard to have this fan base. It's not like she woke up one morning and she got there. She worked hard. She
And
is
she
always on
pours
social
into
media.
this.
She's letting you know what's going on. She's there for people. She's going on Instagram live. She's replying to people.
She
She's like,
encourages
she,
them.
yeah, she's
Hmm.
there. She worked hard to get that fan base. So don't come out and say the millimeters are bad. Yes, every fan base, there are some people that go extreme. It happens.
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
can't attribute it to every single person.
Yeah, what these guys failed, excuse me, what these guys fail to understand is, we were there from the beginning. We seen, I was excited when Huntsville first came on TV. I was like, oh, strong black couples. Oh, wow, yeah, they're building businesses. They're rolling and shaking. They're doing the damn thing. I was happy. Okay, we seen the marriage between Melody and them, how it seemed like they were a loving family. It had its few little problems, but what marriage doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But then once you step out of your marriage and you think that people are, especially women, you think women aren't going to feel what you just did to another woman, because maybe half of us had it done to us. You know what I'm saying? We're human. So yeah, we're gonna feel for Melody. We're gonna feel her pain, her heartache. She's raising kids. She's starting from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, "Hey, the businesses we built, I don't want nothing to do with them. You keep them. I'm going on to something new." Now, Martell know he wrong. He's not trying to do nothing with himself. So he got his nose so up Melody's behind right now that every move she makes, he basically knows about it. You know, somebody had to be the villain, and he chose to be the villain. You know what I'm saying? Because he kept doing stuff and kept doing stuff and kept doing stuff and kept doing stuff and keep doing stuff. Like, yeah, women, we're gonna rally together. You know, and for the brothers to come in and try and give their so-called advice, I wasn't even with it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make
Mm-mm.
sense.
Nope.
You weren't telling him, bro, this is just like all the way wrong. I don't care how you try to cut this pie, you cutting it wrong. You know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they weren't trying to do anything to to discourage him or tell him that he's doing wrong.
Ladon,
You
you
know,
have an echo. Sorry, let me for your girl.
is that on me?
Ladon, Ladon, you have an echo. Oh, okay. You can go on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they didn't do anything to try and tell him he was doing anything wrong. You know, they was just trying to tell him, hey, you need to move a little differently. You know, if, if you're gonna do it like, they might as well say, hey, here's a playbook. If you're gonna do it like this, do it like that instead. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Mhm.
holding his feet to the fire. Bro, get your shit together. Leave this woman alone. She's making money for your kids. Why are you tearing her down like this? Why are you trying to? And why are you making excuses for all the dumb shit you doing? You know, the, you can't tell me that what you did was right. Any of it. I'm still waiting for, you know, him to freaking wake up and realize your life is passing you by. Your platform is passing you by. What are you going to do with it? Oh, you just going to keep on messing with Mel. Wow. You know, Even though, and that to me really doesn't make great TV. It just makes me feel like, damn, I wish Mel had a brother. I mean, she do have a brother, but he don't seem like he the fighting type. You know, you talking to a girl with five brothers, okay? And see, one of my brothers would have been to handle him. They would have all took turns and then been like, "Hey, looking for my girls. You want a turn?" I've been like, "Yeah," you know, because we gonna work you over. You're not gonna just do that. I told you how I handled my ex, and that was just me by myself because my family was like 70 miles away from me. And I knew by the time they got to me, you know, either I'll be in jail or I'll be in the hospital, one or the other. So I had to defend myself. And I did, you know. So yeah, Martell, he's lucky. He's real lucky. He keeps doing this bull because he knows ain't nobody gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? And what they should have been telling him was like, bro, sit down, sit back. You got the woman that you wanted, right? You felt like that was the prize. Now that you got it, relax. What you gonna do next for you and your new woman and the family that you created? Oh, and I like to also thank Marcel for mentioning the podcast and everything. It just kind of lets me know that yeah, you're listening. Thank you.
uh it was really funny when, like I said, I felt so like I expected a lot of things from them challenging him, but at the end of the day, I just got that it was based on hatred. It was based on that at the end of the day, they didn't get results. They didn't get the results they were thinking. Like everybody was thinking that, oh, after that event, Melody was gonna go down. She was gonna, her fame was gonna get reduced. She was going to fail. Things are gonna go south for her. They think that was what was gonna happen, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Instead, she got more love, she got more likes, she got more dedicated fan base. A lot of people were loving her. If those people before loved her 50%, they decided to love her 100% after that. And that's what was pissing them off. That my dude, you made the situation. That was how I was saying it. Like you made the situation worse for us. We thought she had 50% of love, but now you went ahead and gave her on a platter of gold 100% love. Why would you go do that? That was how that challenge from Masao and this thing was giving me. Like they were
Right.
upset that if she had 50% love before, right now she has gotten 100% love from the fan base, and they were pissed off by that situation. And I was like, yeah, you should go ahead and get pissed off because that's what you all deserve. Because you're not calling him out for doing that. And he was standing on his business saying that, oh, I'm not wrong. She went low, I went lower. Like, when is that something that you should congratulate yourself for? That somebody went low and you are going lower.
And she wasn't even bothering you. The other one that's been low.
Like, I was like, why should okay the law is that you decided that you wanted to go bring out a revenge plea against her and she arrested you. That was the law. Maybe just somebody else, they would have been in jail by now.
What if
Because
somebody
that's
did
a crime.
orders?
Yeah, it is.
It's a crime. They would have been in jail by now, 7-10. But you were still out here because she still has a little bit of consideration for you, and you're being like she went low. You were lucky that even some other women, they would have gone that low you think she went, they would have gone lower. And like, I would have seen what you would do. And he, talking about it's just one text message. It's just one text message.
Nah,
My dude,
I can't
keep
believe that.
quiet.
Yeah, I can't believe it was just one text message. Like I
It's
said, in the earlier podcast, when they went on some other trip, Melody was like, "Well, where's my room at? I hope it ain't nowhere near Martell. Does it have a lock on my door?" Right then and there, I don't know if you remember me saying, "You know what? He must have been the type of guy who yelled real loud and possibly got in your face, maybe hit a wall or two just to intimidate you and make you afraid."
Uh-huh.
you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and then once this happened and she got the security, and I'm like, okay, she's afraid of this nigga. Like, does this nigga be like trying to put hands on her? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? She is no longer your woman. You can't control her life. Move on. See, that's what makes me mad.
You
That
know,
shit right
Yeah.
there
you know
makes
what
me mad.
I hate when they say, "Oh, Mel still wants him," or um, "Yeah, he left her. He's with her. Why y'all mad?" No, no, no. She left him. Stop saying Mel wants him. If Mel wanted him, she wouldn't have left him, or she would have took him back like she did all those other times. It ain't got nothing to do with TV. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Because as we all know, they was already broken up before they came on the show. She was living separate. She moved in back in for the show, and they were in separate rooms. So people are forgetting the start of this. She didn't do anything for the show. It just so happened that it just kept going on, and she was still making her decision, and she finally said, "This is it."
Mm. But she's
Yeah.
a stronger woman than I am, because I'd have been like, look, we're gonna have to do Love and Marriage from two separate locations. you know?
How you see it on TV says Maurice, a whole lawyer, should have told him what he did was illegal, and he got himself arrested. And Melody doesn't owe a thing. She owes it to herself to protect herself from a man she can't trust, which is the truth. I would protect myself if I feel threatened or if I feel that you are unhinged. I think we talked about it last week's podcast on this episode, on episode one. We said
Right.
if I feel threatened, if I feel like you're unhinged and I feel like you might do it, I would report you so as to protect myself and protect my peace.
Right.
Didn't the restraining order when he felt unprotected, when he felt scared and he felt like somebody was going to attack him? Didn't he get a restraining order out there in hotel? Marcel?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
he
wow.
did.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
he did. Got a restraining order out on hotel. He said it on the show. And let me tell you something. If a man can go and do it, what's wrong with a woman doing it? Why
So
y'all?
That's it.
Martell's a loose cannon then. He's just a loose
That's
cannon.
it. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be on the hit train of Melody because this season is already giving me that we are going to see a lot of people jabbing at the millimeters a lot. We're gonna, because season episode one, a jab on the millimeters, episode two, a jab on the millimeters. I'm like, are you guys really jealous? But I feel like it's a problem for them because that that podcast show that there's of Carlos King and Melody, it pissed them off. Let's be realistic. If you
Right.
watch the other ones that Carlos is doing, the one of Love and Marriage DC, he invited every other cast members on the show. Everybody is going to be on the panel to talk. But
Mm-hmm.
when it came to Love and Marriage Huntsville, he only did for Melody. I
Mm-hmm.
thought he said he was going on the road. So I thought he was going to do for both Melody, was going to do for Latisha, he was going to do for maybe Latisha and her husband, then Kimmy and her husband. But he decided to do for Melody alone. And I feel like as much as we dislike Carlos, Carlos is very strategic.
Yep.
And he knew and he knows his audience. Let's be truthful. Carlos knows his
Mm-hmm.
audience. Carlos knows that the millimeters are the ones that bring in the numbers. Carlos knows that millimeters are the ones that make the numbers. So he knew that if only Melody would bring the car, if he decides to say, "Oh, we're gonna do a different show for Latisha and Marcel," they were not going to bring any crowd. It's gonna be a waste of money paying for an event center, drinks, food. It's not gonna be profitable if I do this and I don't even make money from the tickets. The money I make from the ticket is not even enough to cover my event center. So why
Right.
should I go ahead with it?
And
Right.
look, meters are so broke. They booked flights, hotel rooms, rides, and all that just to go there. They ain't broke.
Yeah, because a lot of people traveled from different states
Oh
and
yeah.
came there. Some people were complaining that the hotel rooms were all booked up. The event was packed up. Everybody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to see the high melanated energy. Everybody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to see what was going on. Everybody wanted to see Melody herself. So I think he knew that only Melody could do that. And now I feel like it's upsetting them that he did only Melody. He didn't do for the Scots. He didn't do for Marcel. He didn't do for any other person. Able to pull that crowd. It was able to gain a lot of balls. And now in Huntsville, he only did for her. After that, he shut down Huntsville. Then he moved on to DC and he's doing for every other person. So I feel like at that moment, I think it was at that moment it dawned on them that um I think it was at that moment it dawned on them, the remaining cast member of Love Marry Huntsville, that no matter what you do, Melody is here to stay. Melody is the show. If you guys like, Melody shouldn't even have a storyline. Every other person should have a storyline, but Melody is the one that everybody wants to see on their TV screen. So I think at that moment it dawned on them, and I don't think most of them are finding it funny because this hate train on the millimeters is becoming annoying. And we saw Masao did an Instagram live recently before the episode one dropped where he lashed out on the millimeters. I did a video on that. He lashed out on the millimeters and being like, "Oh, I don't even need you guys in my business." I'm like, you guys say you don't care about the millimeters, right? You don't care about, but the thing is that when you talk about somebody you don't care a lot, that means you care.
And you
If
said
I
you
don't
don't
care,
business. They don't want to go in your business. You just came out saying you don't like the millimeters, you hate them. They've been saying they don't like you. So what? Ooh, my soul like ooh. Nobody cares, my soul. And if you didn't want nobody in your business, then you shouldn't have went on reality TV.
That
Okay?
part. That
You're
part.
anything out your mouth because you're mad, and all you're doing is making more millimeters become content creators. That's what you're doing. You're just making more of them open up more pages and become more stronger supporting Mel. That's it. Nobody cares. Oh God, the Scots don't like. We've been not liking y'all. Y'all know that. So like, so
You know,
that's just it. Like, it's I feel like I think I don't know whether I said it last week, but I feel like I just want to say this week that I really don't think that they do hate on male, or I don't think they dislike male. Let me just put it that, because hate is a very strong language. I don't think they dislike male. I think they dislike the fact that every one of them came on the show the same time, the same day from episode one, but she is the one that gained almost, in short, 90% of the love. She's the one that gained it. Because other shows, we see people just sharing 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, but Melody gained at least 90% of the fan base to her side. So I feel like that is where the problem is, that even if Melody comes and take out as simple as a pen and be like, "This is a pen for the millimeters," everybody's gonna be rushing to buy it.
I think they're jealous. I think they're jealous of Mel.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just jealousy. I don't think it's anything specific, and they're just trying to, like, let's hate on the millimeters, the fan base of Melody. But that's not going to help anybody. Neither it's not going to help you. It's not going to make the millimeters hate on Melody. It's not going to make them change their stance on her. So why continue?
Right. And like I said again, they fail to understand that this lady has been dragged publicly. You know what I'm saying? Everything that she felt about her family unit turned out to be false because of one person who couldn't keep it in his pants, you know? And so, after all that public humiliation, for her to, like I said, she gave him everything. Hey, you take these businesses, because I need to regroup. I need to rebuild myself because I got kids looking at me. I got daughters looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And for her to go in her brain and come out with her concepts, her ideas, you know, she's doing fashion, she's doing something on her own network, you know, she's selling her t-shirts or whatever she's doing. Don't be mad at her creativity because she had to go down deep inside and find a way to support her kids with the platform that she was on.
Yeah.
And a lot of women relate to that because, hey, they've lost everything too. You know what I'm saying? She's almost like a damn superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
because
know,
he wants to take.
she shows women that, hey, just because a marriage fails doesn't mean that you have to fail because you're still a aunt, a mother, a sister, a cousin, a friend, a woman. You know what I'm saying? So how much must she be cut down from not only your husband but then the other two clowns on the show, you know? And how much does she have to be cut down for you guys to just say, hey, you know what? That's God's gift to her. You know what I'm saying? I always said that she was the brain and Martell was the brawn.
I
She thought about those businesses.
I don't even know. I think that was a filler scene. I think that was a filler scene because why would they send Hotel to get advice from them? It blew my mind that those two were the ones trying to give somebody their so-called advice, whatever they call themselves. One,
Oh yeah, but he wasn't listening. He wasn't trying to take that.
he blames them too. He feels like y'all got me in this mess. Y'all was the ones out there with me partying. He
Yep,
got
and he's still holding their dirt. Believe
you
me, he is
still got
still holding their dirt.
you still got your family, and I lost mine. Y'all laughing at me. Y'all know y'all. He know they ain't all like that with him no more. They use
Right.
him always.
And the way Masao shaded him, Masao was like, I've been in a situation like you, but I chose not to get a divorce.
Huh?
Yeah,
Uh,
when Marceau said that he chose not to get a divorce, like the decision was his.
You know he's arrogant and cocky.
Oh yes, very, very narcissist.
So perfect. Oh, I hate when he talks. I just hate when he opens his mouth.
oh wow. Oh, well, I guess we've covered everything in today's episode. And thank you all very much for bringing in the comments how you see it on TV. Every other person on the comment section, thank you. Melanated Energy, Ladon, thank you very much for joining us today. Living for your girl, thank you very much for joining us. We also had Shop Reality earlier on, but she dropped down because she was going to do some things. Thank you very much, guys, for hanging with us. Thank you for tuning in today panel review for Love and Marriage Huntsville today. Don't forget to join us next week. I think next week we'll be able to go back to our usual time, where
Yes.
the usual time we do the review. So we'll be going back to our usual time next week for Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Don't forget to like on this video.
I'll
Don't
show up
forget
for.
to Thank you. It's very, very much appreciated. Show up next week. We'll surely be here. Don't forget to like on this video, guys. Don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinion about what you feel about what we said, whether you agree with us or you don't agree with us. Everything is appreciated. You can be on the comment section and comment your thoughts and opinion. And also, don't forget to click on the subscribe button to my YouTube channel, Unfiltered Uzo, and also Shop Realities TV YouTube channel to subscribe. If you're new, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch all our other videos because we also drop other content on every other thing. So make sure you watch all our videos. We'll see you guys next week on our usual time. Have a nice day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.